What's up, Tribe?
What up, Tribe? We're talking about this article, but it's un-effing censored. We're going to try not to curse as much as we normally do because that's how we talk to each other. And we figured this a little much. It's kind of like a placeholder. In fact, you know what's interesting, Tom? We got yelled at in the last Tribe Talk we did about the nurse hostage situation, talking about issues around rape and things like that on our frontline health providers, and we were using F-bombs left and right. And they were like, why do you use the language of rape when you're talking about rape? Like, you know, F that guy and F that girl. And I'm like, F that? It's not the language of rape. It's just the F-bomb, man.
Blow me.
Oh, shit.
That's dumb.
On that note, let's get your comments. So we're talking about Tiger Woods DUI over the weekend and how drugged driving is now exceeding drunk driving as a huge problem in the United States.
I saw people, you know, in the comments of being like, but it says don't operate heavy machinery right on the thing. And I know that this is the way modern Americans think. They go, that's heavy machinery? I don't drive a forklift. This is just my car.
Exactly. Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear. No, I mean, it's like, do not reverse severe tire damage.
This isn't a backhoe, it's a Camry.
Exactly. There's nothing heavy about my Camry hybrid.
Right, exactly.
Nothing except that it's heavy awesome. You know
Michael says, please don't demonize Tiger. We're not demonizing Tiger.
No, I just thought his mugshot looked...
His wife already did that.
Yeah, his mugshot. Did he look like he was on prescription pills to you?
Dude, he looked like crap. Where was the mugshot? It's not in this article. It was a dope mugshot. Too bad we can't feed it in.
Another thing we got to
I
talk
don't
about
even
is,
pull it up on the iPad.
what about the people that take prescription pills, go to sleep, and then wake up and start driving a car? So they never had any intention of driving a car. Like the Ambien.
Oh yeah, well that's the
kind of stuff.
the Ambien defense, or you don't
think that? So Z doesn't believe that.
No, I think it actually happens, man.
You
I mean,
think
those
so?
drugs are hypnotic sedatives that you're amnestic. You don't remember what's happening. You do crazy-ish, like sleep eating. So there was a thing with Ambien and Xanax and stuff. Is people will wake up in the fridge with their hand in the fridge with a big ass salami. And they'd be like, "Well, I didn't mean to get obese." It's like, yeah, well, you slept. There it is. There it is.
Oh,
Look
man.
at that mugshot.
He's having a great day.
You know what? He looks like me on any given day.
He's transforming into Rocky Dennis from MASH.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or Mask,
wow.
I mean,
Mask.
sorry.
The Mask, exactly. This isn't a backhoe, it's a Camry, Elizabeth Martin. That's right. That's a bumper sticker, people. If it outweighs you, it's heavy equipment, Ellen Strack. That's interesting. I think this thing outweighs me at this point.
Kyle says, how long ago did you have surgery? I mean, I have a jacked up back and I don't use pills. I have this, Kyle. My L5S1 is out. I don't use pills for it. I just suck it up. But no, it's because I'm scared of pills. I don't want to get addicted to them.
Well, I think more and more the consensus is that you try the simple stuff and see if that gets better.
But Tiger Woods has had a few back surgeries.
Yeah.
Fusions, replacement discs, all kinds of stuff.
Plus his career's gone to crap, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to create emotional malaise. So you're going to have a lower threshold to do stupid stuff. Your impulse control is going to be bad. I'm making this up, but it feels right to me with Tiger.
No, that's true.
And his dad died.
Golf is a mental game because Ben Hogan was a famous golfer who got hit by a bus. They basically pieced him all back together.
Wow.
And he came back and won.
It just proves it's not a physical sport. It's all just... by the way, I'm a doctor. I have never golfed. I've miniature golfed. I thought it was stupid as hell.
A lot of people, Melissa, Courtney, everybody is like, why didn't he have an Uber? He's rich. Yeah. Why didn't he have a driver, an Uber? Every time I get drunk, I take Uber now.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
It's amazing. That's what it exists for.
It costs you $20, $30. A DUI is like $6,000. They pull your license, all that stuff.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's Florida. Huh?
You drive drunk?
Do I drive drunk? Oh, hell no. I got kids and stuff. Now, I mean, when you're young, you do stupid things, right? I think, I'm not going to tell the story right now, but there was a story of driving under the influence of something when I was in college that was transient, and it was the scariest thing I'd ever done, and I'd only gone a little ways, and I'm like, I'm pulling over, I'm getting out of this car, I'm putting this key in the car so that I can't touch it, I'm locking the door, and I'm walking away, and that's what happened, and then I had to have AAA come and take the car, and that's the stupid crap you do when you don't have a frontal lobe.
Kelly says Ambien causes me to shop and not remember, at least that's what she tells her husband.
Yeah, there you go, I like that, man. It's like, that's what Logan tells his wife when he buys a new AR, he buys a new assault rifle.
I was on drugs.
I was on Ambien. I couldn't sleep.
No refunds, baby. We gotta keep it for home defense.
They actually don't give refunds.
Yeah, they don't? Wow. And then you get your crazy looking face on the internet. That's true, Shola, because you do something dumb. And now it's broadcast everywhere. Remember that chick who got drunk, She was a neuro resident.
Yeah, and she punched the Uber driver.
She punched the Uber driver. And
she wouldn't get out of his car.
Wouldn't get out of the car and was throwing a scene. And the next thing you know, she's national news. I'm talking about her on my show. It's like in the old days, you could do stupid stuff and get away with it.
Yeah.
Now your mugshot's all over the place, man. And TMZ is up in your grill, even if you're not famous. It's like, why is TMZ here? Well, shit's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least Tiger had the good decency to not start screaming and making anti-Semitic remarks.
That's true.
He just quietly got a DUI.
He didn't go full Gibson. He went like 25% Gibson. Well, I mean, look what Kyle Curlis says. Dog was under the influence of Rogaine. Oh, snap. I might have been, actually. Because in those days, I was like, man, my hair's falling out a little. Like, maybe I'll try this Rogaine. I tried it for like a month, and my scalp turned red because I had a dermatitis from it. Now I got no hair.
Let's talk about this, though. I'm a non-sophisticated person.
No, let's talk about my baldness some more.
I go in, I get a prescription from a doctor, right? I go, my doctor gave these to me. It says, take every 6 hours. Well, I got to go to Susie's recital. That's 6 hours from now. I'll take one right before. So I'm good to go.
Yep.
You know, I mean, this is how they think.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
And you're of the Mormon ancestry, correct?
Sure.
Yes. Latter-day Saints. Now, it turns out in Utah, one of the biggest problems is prescription drug abuse because they're legal. So people's mindset is framed around, well, this is okay. It's different. I got an authority figure to say it's okay. A doctor gave me this, and so it's okay. And then they drive with it because it's not heavy equipment. And the next thing you know, your mugshot is all over a Brigham Young's, board.
Can I also just say that it seems like everyone in Florida is on pills?
I will agree with this.
Why is Florida such a messed up state?
It's a messed
It's like
up
the
state.
Mexico of America.
What?
It's like the penis of the nation.
Don't insult.
See, it's where you go to forget your past when you owe your past a shitload in child support.
That's also true.
Florida's the weirdest
Florida and
place in
Alaska.
the world. Everything messed up in the country happens in Florida. That's a fact. I didn't make that up.
That's true. There was a website, right? Like Germany or Florida. Where did this happen? And it's impossible to tell the difference. The Germans are weird. Like they have bands called Autobahn, but like the Floridians. Now I got to say, Floridians are our third most popular state for Z-Dogs fans. So we love you, Florida.
You're amazing.
But you're fucking weird. I'm just saying.
We live in Las Vegas, so really,
I mean, come on.
We're throwing stones in glass houses.
Exactly. This it's a plexiglass house. The stones are bouncing back and hitting us on the face. Logan, can you tell Z-Dog and Tom why they said hell no to CBD treatables for dogs? Here we go, Samantha Americo. Look, I don't care what you give your dog,
Listen,
man.
you want to get your dog high, that's on you, Samantha.
CBD, Tom, doesn't get the dog high, even though we have no evidence of the dog's conscious state during anything. Like, you could give a dog a freaking snossages, and the dog could be high AF. We have no idea. Catnip. Dude, my cat, Z-Cat, that just recently died, that cat, you give it catnip, that cat was high AF. It was like literally watching Dave Chappelle movies.
Yeah.
Like that movie where he gets high, Half-Baked. Like the cat was watching Half-Baked.
Caught him watching movies.
I did. I was like, what are you doing, cat? Had the Netflix.
But Z, what would you say to the people who see the little martini glass and it's got the slash through it and they say, oh damn, this is some good shit. Like that means take these with some alcohol.
Yeah.
Because I think like that.
You see, if you tell Tom, if you give Tom an FDA black box warning, do not mix with any other shit, Tom will be like, so where can I mix this with some shit?
They'll be like, they don't want you to mix it because it's good.
That's right. Especially the more conspiratorially minded people will be like, well, they don't want to, cure your malaise because that would just mean less products that you would buy. But this is true, and I think how we communicate to the public is important. I think motivating with stories and things like that is more important than giving prescriptions. Don't drink and drive. That doesn't do much. Show somebody an orphan child whose parents were killed and show the story of the guy whose life was destroyed by driving drunk. That's much more compelling. Except to Tom, who doesn't care because he's heartless. Actually, he does.
Well, pretty soon, I mean, in the future, they keep telling us that we're going to have automated cars and that this will no longer be a concern.
Right. But then the cars have to make these interesting moral decisions.
Yeah,
right? Because
they do.
You avoid the drunk homeless guy
No.
and then kill a gaggle of school children?
Hell no.
Yeah, how do you make you kill the homeless guy? So the computer has to make that decision.
Always kill the homeless.
Always. So Sam Harris talks about this, the ethics of automated driving, because it has to make decisions. Okay, I avoid a cable car full of people, but I kill a schoolgirl. How do I do that calculus?
Or it kills you.
Or it kills you. Do you kill your driver? You remember Knight Rider, the show Knight Rider? You
no.
guys are too young. There was an episode where the car, the Knight Industries 2000, which was motivated by programmed to be good and protect Michael and other human beings, had to go against Carr, his evil twin, the Karr, that was motivated by self-preservation. And the way they destroyed Carr was they did a chicken race where the two cars were coming right towards each other. And there was some calculus where a car decided to save itself and it ended up flying off a cliff by accident. So that has nothing to do with this podcast at all. I just wanted to let you guys know that my knowledge of 80s TV runs deep.
Michael Lopez says, didn't they say that about mass transportation too, Tom? Yeah, but that's a government thing. This is run by private industry and they want to make profit. And there's a lot of profit to be made in autonomous vehicles if they can get through the regulatory framework. You know?
Well, think about how road design has to change and all this stuff. So getting rid of DUIs in our lifetime is something that could happen.
Well, they said that 95% of the time cars are parked, right?
Yeah,
So we're really not using these automobiles that we own. And if you're like Logan, you have like $40,000 in debt on your 2 vehicles, and you know
I drive a lot.
and they just sit in your garage most of the time. So really, I think the autonomous vehicle future would be great because we can all get high on pills and then just drive around in these like little computer-controlled robot cars.
I believe that
That's what I'm looking forward to.
This was a novel called Brave New World at one point, Aldous Huxley. April Toast, not for anything. Okay, hold on. I got to screen these comments. I work in the veterinary field, and we already have a hard enough time turning away clients seeking tramadol and other drugs. No to CBD, Misty Bentler. So Misty has a good point. The veterinary community has seen a lot of humans hurting their animals, trying to get their animals prescriptions for narcotics, for tramadol, and now if CBD is a thing. And it's horrible. It's completely immoral and unethical because these are conscious creatures that are adorable, FYI. You try to cut Z-Rabbit, I will kill you. You go Fatal Attraction on my bunny?
Not my buddy.
Oh, I will stew your whole household. I probably won't.
I'm getting diagnosed in the comments. Julie says, Tom's problem goes back to childhood and his lack of boundaries because of familial history of mental illness, aka his needs were not met. And as a result, he developed dark coping skills and married a nurse who nurtured him. Wow. That's basically my whole life story.
You know what? How did you nail Tom?
But it's not a problem. It's a solution.
It's a solution. That's the thing. It's a complex issue. If it's an issue, you've got a complex. Brian.
I saw a comment and I lost the guy's name, but he said he works as a security guard at the hospital.
Yeah.
And many times he has to stop patients who just got a prescription from driving home from the hospital.
They do. They just take it
sorry,
right there.
I lost your name in the comments.
No, that's exactly right. And
that seems crazy.
Hey, Left Eye, what's up with the shiner, Sue Lewis? This is called lack of sleep. You might have noticed it. And I don't have a makeup artist, so you're just going to see that, okay? And you're going to deal with it, Sue.
Z always looks like this because he refuses to sleep or take Ambien.
My mom said it yesterday or take Ambien. I tried Ambien, dude. It didn't do ish for me. It helped me go to sleep quickly, but then I woke up in 2 hours all like hungry for a ham. I sleep moonwalk. It's a very complicated thing. What do we have here? If you think you're going to get smashed, hide your keys on yourself. You'll be too drunk to remember where you put them. Just remember to leave yourself a hint somewhere so you know where to find them when you sober up. It's like Memento.
How drunk are you getting?
Yeah, I know.
This is just going to make you into the drunk Sherlock Holmes.
Exactly.
You're like, I will hint. Watson, we're on the trail.
We're on the trail, Watson.
Watson's your dog.
Yeah, right.
We're on the trail, Watson.
Watson's passed out and someone's already Dirty Sanchez on them, and you're like, well, does AI and such cars need to get more compassion, or does compassion cloud the situation, Carrie Hinchliff? No, actually, compassion is exactly what the car would be programmed, a AI version of compassion, which is do the best thing for the most people. So it will have to do this very cold calculus and say, okay, sometimes killing the little schoolgirl will save a busload of people. And it may even do more complex math than that and go, well, how old are the people on the bus and what's their quality of life ahead of them versus this little girl? So computers can do that math. Humans are really unable to do it because we think empathically, oh my God, what will it be like for the kid's parents and the kid, and I have a kid, and all that overlay.
Do you sacrifice 70 octogenarians for one little 5-year-old girl?
Yes.
What if that girl's Hitler?
Yes.
Damn it.
Because then it makes for, no, actually, kill her. Kill the little 5-year-old girl, Tom. You're right. This is just a horrible discussion, don't you think?
Jacqueline says Logan looks depressed. Stop diagnosing us, you guys.
Yeah,
okay?
Who are you people? Medical professionals? OMG, you mentioned Memento. I love that movie. Tammy Hamill.
Memento's amazing.
It's a great movie.
Amazing.
Great movie. Night shift lifers, Annie Hilschler. So this is the thing, people who work night shifts, and again, they often will use, like my wife when she was doing nights, the full night teleraids, she was taking Ambien to go to sleep and was increasingly dependent on it and finally just quit cold turkey, and it was painful.
Oh my God, listen
much
to this.
better.
Ellen says, it shocks me the number of post-op patients I tell they cannot drive until they stop taking narcotics. And they tell me, why? I drive on my narcotics now.
We see this shit all the time. People driving on Vicodin, chronic pain patients on high dose of narcotics, and they will tell you, oh, I can drive just fine on it, you know. And the truth is, no, because it's going to affect your responses, it's going to affect your mental state, and the fact is, you're probably in some degree of denial. Now we're going to get a bunch of chronic pain people who are like, how do we live? You're being so judgmental. You know, no, you're driving on a controlled substance. It's first of all, it's not legal. And second of all, it's not a good idea.
Okay, hit me with some ones I wouldn't know about. Like, all right, we know you shouldn't drive on opiates. We know you shouldn't drive on Ambien, benzos.
Yeah.
What are some ones that might seem harmless, but you really shouldn't be?
Well,
driving
there are a
on?
lot of medications, particularly cardiac medications, like something like propranolol can really dull your reflexes the first time you take it. If it's with other drugs, there are interactions, and pharmacists can speak to this better than I can, that will really dull your hand-eye coordination, make you sleepy, make you drowsy. Some people have, sort of syncopal, meaning you pass out. So you're at a higher risk of just losing consciousness while you're driving. I have personally admitted more little old ladies and little old men who are on hydrochlorothiazide and a beta blocker like atenolol, and they are found with the car wrapped around a tree. They don't remember anything that happened, and you run them through tests and you realize, oh my God, they're having their blood pressures dipping to nothing because of these blood pressure medicines. So something as benign as that, prescribed by a doctor, and it says nothing about heavy equipment, can kill you on the road.
I have known
others.
I have known drug addicts in my past who would keep their prescription bottle from the time they legitimately got a prescription, and then they would keep it with them, keep like a few pills in it, and they would use that for when they got popped for driving with the prescription, where they'd be like, "It's from a doctor, guy. Look at it. It's like it says expired like 3 years ago."
Absurd, right? People are cray-cray though. But there are a lot of people in the healthcare profession that are abusing drugs, that think they're better than everyone else and can handle it, and they know their body. First of all, anyone who says they know their body, what do you think of that, Tom?
My wife says that to me, and I believe her that she knows her body better than I do.
You better say that. Yeah, no, there's a saying, like when patients say that, they're either right, they really do know their body and you're not listening, or they're like a goop reading, Gwyneth Paltrow worshipping, new age anti-vaxxer who's like, I know my body and Western medicine doesn't know my body. And I know I can drive on Vicodin because I have a very high tolerance. Okay.
Flexerol, you shouldn't take that. That was obvious.
Well, Flexerol's a pretty clear one, and it'll say it all over there.
Yeah.
And there's a million drugs. There's a million. You could take Elavil for the first time. It's incredibly sedating. It's a tricyclic antidepressant, and it can certainly cause serious sedation, as well as other autonomic effects that can affect driving. There's a million of them. I mean, we go through a list. You can basically go through the entire PDR, if that's still a thing, and find drugs that are dangerous to drive on. The other problem is polypharmacy. Because we're such a shitty, effed up healthcare system, we don't get our act together. There are people on multiple drugs. Nobody knows. Nobody's steering the ship properly because we don't value primary care right in health 2.0 and 1.0. And people are on all these mixed drugs, and they end up going out on the street and driving and dying or killing people. Elders are the biggest problem because they're the most susceptible to this. You knock out one sense system. So if their balance sense is gone, then they fall. Like, whereas Tom, you can knock out your balance, your hearing, and some of your eyesight, and you'll still balance because you can compensate. But other people, old people can't, and usually Tom can't either, just because he's like a bull in the china shop.
And now we've reached the point in the show. Stop elder driving, y'all.
My great-grandma used to memorize the eye chart.
Oh, wow.
And so we had to tell them at the DMV to change.
Oh, my God.
She was all pissed.
Oh, wow.
Liliana says, can you drive with your chakras out of alignment?
No.
No, that's dangerous.
Everybody knows
That's
that
dangerous.
you gotta get your ohm on
And
before
then
you.
here's a good one from Tanya Ann. Says, opioids in the military are atrocious. After my deployment, the docs gave me 15 meds, Ambien, oxycodone, bottle of 120. This went on for 2.5 years.
Audio got crackly.
That's crazy.
Why? Oh, 2.5 years, really? In the military? Is it cracky?
Yeah.
Why is our audio jacked, guys?
All right, the audio's jacked, so we're going to call the code on this one, y'all.
You think we're getting interference on one of the labs?
From a phone or something?
Are we losing? Oh, see, mine's down to 1 bar. Maybe that's it.
You want me to kill this?
Don't kill it yet,
Don't kill you.
guys. We love you. We would talk more, but our audio's jacked because
Sounds fine in here.
does it? It sounds fine here, but the way it's going to Facebook, it's jacked. We out. We love you. We'll contribute on Patreon. Join us on Amazon, and we out. Peace.